Ladies and gentlemen, President Trump has done it again. On just day 72 of his second term, he's already secured nearly $5 trillion in investment and trade commitments from across the globe. It's not millions or billions, it's trillions with a T. This is the Trump economy roaring back to life before our eyes. Small business owners are already feeling the impact, with one stating plainly, during the Trump administration, I was able to grow my business and open more locations. That hasn't been the case in the Biden-Harris administration. It's not complex economics. It's Trump keeping his promises and delivering results while cutting the bureaucratic deadweight that's been strangling American prosperity. And wait till you see what the White House published just a few hours ago. It blew everyone's mind here at Next News, and we are so excited to share this with you. But as we step into 2025, one thing is clear: de-dollarization is not stopping, it's accelerating. China, other BRICS nations are scared of President Trump, and it's making them more determined to reduce their dependence on the U.S. dollar. Their secret weapon is gold. In fact, China resumed buying gold. And you know what's even more telling? They underreport their buys. They recognize its global value and ability to withstand economic shocks. Gold's a global asset with innate value. It's tangible, reliable, and immune to economic manipulation. China wants to be prepared. They just don't want you to know it. But this isn't just about nations, it's about you. Noble Gold Investments, they can help you secure your financial future with gold. Visit nextnewsgold.com to learn more. Call that number on the screen, 877-646-5347. Tell them that Gary Franchi and Next News sent you, and ask them about those 10 free silver 1-ounce coins. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. Wait till you see what happened today. Holy cow. Yeah. Check this out. You are going to, it's going to blow your mind. We got Tom on the scene right there in the middle of the chaos of Liberation Day. A lot of spin is happening because the foreign press is all over the White House today. Tom has never seen anything quite like it. But I have never seen anything quite like this. Okay? This is absolutely amazing. I'm going to show it to you. The White House just published this earlier today. Now, I want you to pay very close attention to the last, say, 20 seconds of this video. Listen to this.
In the U.S.,
President Trump pushing ahead with his America First agenda.
Breaking news, Apple announced it's going to work with Foxconn to build a server factory in Texas by 2026.
the company says it is now planning to invest $500 billion in the U.S. economy.
The CEO of SoftBank pledging to invest $100 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years.
This is President Trump delivering on the promise he made to the American people on the campaign trail.
The idea is come to America, build greatness in America, build for the American customers.
Project Stargate.
It's a joint venture between SoftBank, Oracle, and OpenAI, and they're going to create a data center that will eventually be expanded to other states.
Shows people are listening to Mr. Trump's pitch to bring new industry to America.
This is the latest pledge from a foreign business leader promising to spend big in the U.S. as a result of Trump's election victory.
Founder of the property development company DeMac Properties is pledging the money.
President Trump announcing $100 billion investment from Taiwan Semiconductor, bringing the company's total American investments to $165 billion.
The most powerful AI chips in the world will be made right here in America.
Things happen so quickly in the Trump world, right? It's 100 days. Right. It feels like it's 100 months. This is leadership. This is taking control of the problem for military, for everything, for industrial, for our economy. Even if it causes short-term pain, the reality is it is the right decision.
NVIDIA says it will invest hundreds of billions of dollars over the next 4 years, part of the manufacturing renaissance under President Donald J. Trump.
Furniture maker Prepack are shifting their operations from Canada to North Carolina.
Johnson & Johnson says it will invest more than $55 billion in the U.S. over the next 4 years.
Hyundai announced a $20 billion investment.
With your leadership, Mr. President, Hyundai Motor Group is proud to be a stronger partner in America's industrial future.
This is the automobile industry, and now those plants largely have stopped and they're moving them to our country. Honda is building one of the biggest plants.
The trade story is certainly picking up speed here and pushing more countries to make these bigger investments.
It's another example of the Trump effect.
GE Aerospace announcing a nearly $1 billion investment into American manufacturing.
Eli Lilly announcing plans to expand its manufacturing here in the United States.
$27 billion additional spend, bringing our total to more than $50 billion.
The money's rolling in, and this is in the past 60 some odd days, Charles.
And these are deep-pocketed folks who want to have a relationship, and it's just smart moves.
We are CMA CGM, one of the leaders
in shipping and logistics around the world. Today, we are investing $20 billion.
Foreign leaders from around the world, investors from Silicon Valley to Wall Street to Main Street have confidence again in our economy and our markets and in President Trump.
The Trump effect this morning, a string of massive wins for American manufacturing. The numbers speak for themselves. Wisconsin-based Clarios is putting up $6 billion to expand its American operation. And what's driving these decisions? Well, President Trump's aggressive Made in America policies and his commitment to bringing industry back to American soil. This is exactly what Trump promised. America first is back.
President Trump pushing
America first is back. Holy cow, did you guys catch that? Did you catch that? Okay, yeah, I'm a little excited, as you can tell, before we get to Tom's reports on the ground. Okay, so from the White House gates to the national stage, today's Liberation Day video from the White House features a clip that I captured on March 3rd just outside the West Wing. The Donald Trump effect, American industry rising, borders secured. This isn't just a message, it's a movement. Roll the tape. The White House actually used my voice to close out the most epic video of the administration thus far on Liberation Day. The Trump effect this morning, a string of massive wins for American manufacturing. The numbers speak for themselves. Wisconsin-based Clarios is putting up $6 billion to expand its American operation. And what's driving these decisions? Well, President Trump's aggressive Made in America policies and his commitment to bringing industry back to American soil. This is exactly what Trump promised. America first is back. The Trump I gotta tell you, I watched this video like 50 times today. And, you know, the person who texted this video to me today and brought this to my attention was one of the instrumental cogs in the wheel to bring me to where I am now. When I severed ties with the broadcast company that I was working with when Next News Network was being broadcast in South Florida to 12 million people a night, he allowed me to set up in his office space and continue my operation without skipping a beat. It was absolutely instrumental in keeping Next News alive during that critical transition period. He texted me today. He's like, "You need to listen to this. You're at the end of it." And I watched it. I nearly freaked out. And I'm just completely honored that the White House chose me to close that video on such a historic day. So let's take a little trip back here because we are talking about Liberation Day. It's a big topic tonight. This is what Tom McCullough just reported from the White House earlier today, just ahead of the Rose Garden. And I've been talking with Tom all day, and the stuff that he has been seeing is unlike anything that we have ever witnessed at the White House. Of course, we've only been reporting there for several months now. But on a day like this, when Donald Trump presents a historic global move, massive global chess moves, the entire foreign press was out in force getting ready. So check this out. Here's Tom.
It's like Canada, Hey guys, this is Tom McCullough reporting directly from the White House with the Next News Network. And guys, we're bringing you the real story today. It's straight from the source because we're one of the only non-fake news outlets still standing. All these fake news guys. Here in the circus of press chaos in April 2nd, 2025. This place is a madhouse. Reporters are tripping over each other. Cameras are everywhere. Everyone's waiting for their big moment for the day. So we're going to go ahead and get right to it. So today is the day that President Donald J. Trump has been hyping for weeks. It's Liberation Day. And that's right. The tariffs are coming and they hit at midnight. And they're about to kick in fast. So the White House says that the new trade taxes will hit the ground running, effective immediately after Trump lays it out. This isn't some wishy-washy promise. It's a sledgehammer to level the playing field for American workers and business. So for too long, we've let other countries rip us off, shipping their cheap goods here while slapping huge tariffs on ours, and that's just not going to happen anymore. So now here's the kicker. Israel's already jumping ahead. They've dropped all the tariffs on U.S. goods, saying that, hey, we're in, which was a smart move on their part. They see the writing on the wall, and Trump's not messing around. Other nations, they're sweating. Folks like Canada, Mexico, the European Union, they're bracing for impact. And some are even threatening to hit back. And it's good luck with that. They're called reciprocal tariffs. Security here at the White House, it's tighter than a drum. You can feel the tension. There's extra guards, extra metal detectors, the works. With Liberation Day kicking off, they're not taking any chances. This place is buzzing, and it's not just about the press. Everyone knows something huge is dropping and happening today here at the White House. As you can see, everything's crazy. What you guys don't see is a visible security that's more so than normal. In the main event, Trump's hosting a Rose Garden shindig at 4 p.m. called Make America Wealthy Again. It's not just a catchy name. It's the heart of the whole deal. He's rolling out these reciprocal tariffs, matching what other countries are charging us, dollar for dollar. The man's got his whole cabinet out here with him, showing this isn't some side project. It's the real deal. Studies from his first term that his tariffs work, as of 2024 report says they boosted our economy and brought straight manufacturing home. Steel production up, jobs thousands added, inflation barely a blip. Even Janet Yellen, Biden's old Treasury gal, admitted last year that things don't jack up prices like the media whines about. Speaking of the media, they were wrong back then and they're wrong now. PBS, NPR, Politico, they were all screaming in 2018 that Trump's tariff would tank everything. And guess what? Steel imports dropped by a third. Companies like Nucor and U.S. Steel poured billions into new mills, and Minnesota iron ore folks called it a boon. The Economic Policy Institute says steel output, jobs, and investments all soared. No inflation mess in sight in 2024. So also in 2024, another analysis predicted a 10% global tariff could grow our economy by $728 billion and create another 3 million jobs. So here we are. Liberation Day, Trump's betting big, and if his first term's any clue, America's about to win again. Again, this is Thomas McCullough signing off from the White House. Stay tuned. The Rose Garden's about to light up.
Oh, man. Tom on fire today. Margot Martin posting this picture. A couple of Gators in the Oval Office. Tim Tebow, Demi Tebow, and Secretary Rubio. Yes, the White House was all like the place to be today. Here we have, this was actually posted just 41 minutes ago. Tom talking about Trump unleashing economic justice from the White House. This is just a few minutes ago.
Hey guys, this is Tom McCullough, White House correspondent with the Next News Network. And guys, welcome to The Real Story. It's straight from the front lines of Washington. And we're one of the only non-fake news outlets here, and we're cutting straight through the noise to bring you what's actually happening. And Trump's literally in the Oval Office, like 4 doors behind me. It's crazy. So today was a huge day, April 2nd, 2025. President Donald Trump just turned it into a game changer. We're going to go ahead and dive in. He had quite the celebration today. So first up, the Rose Garden was buzzing today with the Make America Wealthy Again celebration. Trump took the stage at 4 p.m. and let me tell you, he didn't hold back. It was a Trump celebration. It was more like a rally. He called it Liberation Day, a bold reset for America's economy. The crowd, it was full of auto workers, steel workers, and even President J.D. Vance was fired up. Trump did hold up some charts showing new tariffs he's slapping on countries that he's been ripping us off for years. He put a 10% baseline tax on all imports, plus bigger hits up to 49% on nations like China and Myanmar. Why? Because they charge us way more, like China's 67%. While we've been playing nice, Trump's line, they charge us, we charge them. Simple, fair, square, and it's American. Now, we're going to talk tariffs for a bit. These aren't just numbers. They're Trump keeping his promise to bring jobs back. Starting at midnight tonight, foreign goods get hit hard. A 25% tariff on cars from Canada. That's real. Ontario's car makers are sweating, but Trump says it's about protecting our workers. He's already got a 34% tariff on China on top of earlier ones and 20% on the European Union. And their goal? It's to force companies to build here, not overseas. Critics are whining about prices going up, but Trump's team says tax cuts and deregulation will balance it out. And then get this, he signed an order closing a loophole, letting cheap Chinese packages flood in duty-free. It's pretty smart. That starts on May 2nd, and
no more Temu.
Trump's team is so brilliant. They know all these little crazy stuff to get through. So we're going to jump over to the border. Trump tied these tariffs to security, and he's not wrong. He's been hammering Canada and Mexico since January, 25% tariffs there. He did pause it for a bit, but now he's hinting they could snap back if fentanyl keeps crossing. He says our borders are a sieve and drugs and illegals are pouring in. And he's done messing around, guys. He's been on this for years and he's not playing around. So last year, 21,000 pounds of fentanyl were seized by the Border Patrol, and that's enough to kill billions of people. So Trump's saying fix it or pay up. Mexico's President Sheinbaum thanked him for a respectful call today, promising to work together. And Canada's Prime Minister Carney, he's calling an election over to this mess. The border's a bargaining chip now, and Trump is holding all the cards. He's got the Trump cards. Other big stuff from today. Trump declared a national emergency over trade deficits. He's using a 1977 law to justify it. He says our manufacturers have been gutted, and that's a security risk. And he's not just talking, he's acting. He put a 44% tariff on Myanmar. That's part of it. He's got plans for more. Pharma, lumber, chips, all of it are coming soon. The stock market dipped a little bit today, sure. NASDAQ futures are down 2.5%, but Trump's betting long-term gains beat short-term pain. His fans like Michigan union workers are cheering. One told PBS, we can't thank him enough. And so here's the kicker. Trump's not budging. The EU is threatening to hit back. Canada's mad. Democrats are screaming about a trade war. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called it one of Trump's worst moves. But Trump, he's plowing ahead. Speaker Mike Johnson got his back, saying it'll be rocky but worth it. Trump told world leaders today, drop your tariffs or deal with mine. And that's strength. That's Trump's strength. And that's America first. So what does all of it mean? April 2nd, 2025 is Trump doubling down on his agenda, wealth, jobs, security. He's rewriting the rules and the world's scrambling to keep up. The fake news will spin it as chaos, but here at the next news, we see it for what it is, a president fighting for you. And that's the story from the White House today, guys. My end-of-day close, and that's literally the Oval Office 2 doors back. It's incredible. And again, my name's Tom McCullough. I'm White House correspondent, Next News Network, and check out our X. We got some pretty cool behind-the-scenes stuff today. God bless.
Yeah, Tom was absolutely on fire today, as was the entire Trump administration. Here we have this from Rapid Response. Here's the Secretary of Veteran Affairs. Some great folks who want to do good work. Listen.
You don't even know where the people... I think good. We've got some great folks who want to do good work. They want to be freed up to do that work. I am so proud of so many of our VA employees who are actually in the front lines doing it every day. What has been surprising to me is the lack of really any kind of sense of control over an organization that is bigger than the active duty Army. When I first got there, I had no control. I had no way to know where all of our employees were. I've heard 450, 470, 480, 480,000 people, but yet I had no human resource system that could show me all of my employees. How can you manage a business or manage a company or manage a bureaucracy if you don't even know where the people are? We've seen this over and over again. Health records management system where our doctors did not have a up-to-date modern system, which, by the way, I just got back from Michigan. The previous administration had said they were going to do 4. We've already upped it up. We're going to do 13 next year, and we're going to roll out even more, making sure that our doctors and our patients have the best standard of care. That's how you help veterans.
Wow. How shameful. They didn't even have an HR system in place at the VA. Here's a small business owner who's reacting to what happened today.
I was able, and as a businessman, you look at past performance. Right. So I saw what the economy was doing during the Trump administration. I was able to grow my business. I was able to open more locations. And, that hasn't been the case in the Biden-Harris administration. I've been, stagnant. I've been dealing with fighting these rising costs, having to battle, for employee pay and trying to raise the prices, so I can keep up. Well, and as a businessman, you look at past...
This is what it means to put America first. Here is Speaker Mike Johnson. People clearly trust President Trump's instincts on the economy. It's not blind faith because they know his first term delivered us the greatest economy in American history. Listen to this.
You have to trust the president's instincts on the economy, okay? And why? This isn't blind faith. Remember what he accomplished in the first administration. Before COVID, we had the greatest economy in the history of the world, not the U.S., the whole world. Every demographic was doing better because we cut taxes, we cut regulations, and we made a better economic environment for everybody to succeed. And he is going about that same plan to bring that about, and tariffs is a component of that. And we'll see how it all develops. I mean, the reciprocal tariff policy is one that makes a lot of common sense. I mean, you look at the trade disparity between many nations, and much of this began after World War II, and the rationale apparently was, well, we need to rebuild Europe, and America emerges as the great superpower, so we should have this imbalance. It's fair. This is what we need. Well, that carried on for generations, and we're well beyond World War II now, and this is a different world. It's a much more integrated, complex economy, and the president's absolutely right when he says that we have to think about America's interests first, because if we don't, we're not going to maintain our status as the great superpower. And when he says, let's have free trade and...
Okay, pause. There's a reason. Did you hear what I just said? We won't be able to maintain our status as the world superpower. Like, this has all been by design. Everything that we have seen in the last several decades, I mean, it's all been to slowly erode the United States' place on the world stage. It's kind of like DEI, like on a global scale, if you think about it, right? The whole equity thing, like, you know, we got to make sure everyone's kind of equal. Everyone kind of comes up to the same end point, right? But we're only going to give these people a leg up first, right? So we got to suppress these people. And it's like a perfect depiction of the United States on the world stage. It's like global DEI. And Trump is like resetting the whole thing. Do you follow what I'm saying here? I'm trying to paint a picture. Listen.
Fair trade, I think the reciprocal tariff policy makes sense. If somebody has 100+% tariff on imports of U.S. goods, and we have virtually nothing, why don't we settle that balance? If we raise and match their tariff policy, I think ultimately what happens is you get back down to a free trade agreement, that these countries that have engaged in this disparity, this raw deal for Americans for so long, it'll get their attention, and they'll, I think, reduce their tariffs on us. Then you get back to a free and fair trade. You have to.
Yes, the whole system will be purely equalized under this new trade system. Yep, and President Trump knows it. Here we have more. This is from Lee Zeldin. Now, we covered this just the other day about this museum that Joe Biden set up. Here's Lee Zeldin more talking about it.
If you were to visit the museum located here at EPA headquarters in D.C., you would learn a lot about the road to environmental justice and climate change. This museum claims EPA pursues its mission by advancing environmental justice, equity, and civil rights compliance. A timeline of key events conveniently omits any mention of President Trump's first administration. I'm currently standing inside of this museum, which was built and curated by the Biden administration with $4 million in taxpayer dollars. As if this wasn't enough of a price tag to fill a room the size of an apartment, this shrine to environmental justice and climate change cost the American taxpayer $600,000 to operate annually. This agency has been spending $123,000 on cleaning, $207,000 for security, $54,000 on maintenance, and an additional $54,000 on storage. From May 2024 through last month, only 1,909 members of the public visited the museum. Even though it is free admission, this museum costs you, the taxpayer, $315 per external visitor. I have pledged to be an exceptional steward of taxpayer dollars. So this shrine to EJ and climate change will now be shut down for good. I will do my part to help the American people learn more about the amazing work of our agency to provide cleaner, healthier, and safer land, air, and water. We will do so without paying over $500,000 in tax dollars on a museum that is barely visited and designed to tell an ideologically slanted, partial story of the EPA. Under President Trump, we are ending the practice of burning tax dollars on pet projects that do nothing to help this agency achieve our mission of protecting human health and the environment.
Oh, man, what a mess. But listen, guys, Speaker Johnson said it perfectly. The American people clearly trust President Trump's instincts on the economy. It's not blind faith, because they know his first term delivered us the greatest economy in American history. Meanwhile, Trump is exposing the incompetence of the previous administration. The VA secretary revealed he can't even track employees in an organization larger than our active duty army. And remember that $4 million EPA vanity museum that Biden built? Less than 2,000 visitors in 9 months, costing taxpayers $600,000 annually. Trump shut it down immediately. This is what real leadership looks like. Identifying waste, eliminating it, and redirecting resources to actually help Americans. So here's my question. Will Trump's economic strategy go down as the greatest presidential accomplishment of the 21st century? Or is this just the beginning? Drop your thoughts in the comments and show your support with our exclusive Next News gear. It's linked in the merch shop down below, shop.nextnewsnetwork.com.